Welcome back to Fort Reads. Tonight we're going to be reading Princess Tabitha's New Trick. King Theodore and Queen Phoebe were very much loved by everyone in the land. However, the same could not be said of their daughter, Princess Tabitha. She was what might be called a royal little beast. Tabitha loved to play tricks on people. Her best ones were putting moldy yogurt on the underside of door handles so that the servants kept getting their hands messy, and creeping up on the cook's cat when it was asleep and then barking loudly like a dog, which made it yowl with fright. Her favorite, though, was to raise the drawbridge just as the royal limousine was arriving at the palace. She loved to see it screech to a halt in front of the moat. She would have put big spiders into beds of important visitors but for the fact that she was scared stiff of spiders. One day, Princess Tabitha was in her bathroom. The queen thought she was brushing her teeth, but really she was making water bombs to drop from the window onto the castle sentries. She filled the last bag with water, then went to unlock the door, but the key was stuck. She tugged harder, and eventually it turned, but Tabitha had an idea. The water bombs were forgotten in a splash. Tabitha locked the door again and then started to cry loudly. "Help! I'm stuck in the bathroom! Help!" The cook heard the screams, left her baking, and rushed up the stairs. She tried hard to open the door, whilst inside Princess Tabitha sat on the edge of the bath reading a comic. After 10 minutes, Tabitha turned the key, opened the door with a mischievous smile, and said, "Oh dear, silly me, I forgot to unlock it." The cook was about to tell her off when the smoke alarm went off in the kitchen. "My cakes!" she cried and rushed downstairs. On Saturday, when she knew that the servant was in the middle of loading the washing machine, Princess Tabitha tried the same trick. "Help, I'm stuck in the bathroom, help!" It worked again. As the servant rushed up the stairs, she opened the door and said, "That made you run." He was so cross that he put too much powder in the washing machine, which made it overflow with bubbles. That evening, the king and queen had to go to a very important state banquet. Shirley, the babysitter, was watching her favorite detective series on the television when she heard, "Help! I'm stuck in the bathroom! Help!" "Coming!" shouted Shirley, and jumped up and ran up the stairs as fast as she could. She was met by a smiling Princess Tabitha, who said, "That had you worried." Shirley said crossly, "One day you'll try that trick and no one will believe you." This woke the young princes who started crying, so Shirley had to quiet them down. By the time she went back to the television, she'd missed the end of the show. Over the next few days, the naughty princess tried her new trick on just about everyone. Then on Wednesday evening, her parents were enjoying an evening off when they heard a huge scream. "Mummy! Daddy! I'm stuck in the bathroom with a massive spider! Help!" The king and queen knew how scared she was of spiders. They rushed to the bathroom, but try as they might, they could not open the door. Inside, Tabitha carried on crying. "She must be telling the truth," said the queen. "I'm going to call the fire engine," said the king. Soon, a wailing siren could be heard in the castle courtyard. The fire officials rushed in and started attacking the door with their axes. They broke it down, only to find Tabitha sitting on the bath reading a book. "Where's the fire?" she said with a grin. The king went as red as a fire engine and apologized profusely. One night during the following week, after the shattered bathroom door had been repaired, Princess Tabitha went to her bathroom to get a drink of water. The door, being new, was a bit stiff, and as she went to leave, she found it stuck. She tugged and pulled as hard as she could for ages, but with no success. The door was stuck fast, really stuck. She sat down on the edge of the bath. She'd just started to think how she could turn this into her best trick yet when her eyes rested on something which made her blood run cold. Crawling out of the plug hole in the bath was the biggest, blackest, hairiest spider she had ever seen. She leapt across the room and pressed herself against the wall, staring at the spider, which was now on the edge of the bath. It was really a monster. For a full minute she was too terrified to shout, but when she did, it was very loud. "Spider, help! I'm stuck!" Soon she heard the king's voice outside the door. Sorry, Tabitha. You've tried that trick once too often. We're not falling for it again. You can come out whenever you want to. Good night." And he went back to bed. Tabitha spent the worst night of her life. Although the spider went to sleep on the edge of the bath, Tabitha thought it was wide awake and ready to pounce, so she stood rigid, glued to the wall, her eyes fixed on the spider, all night. In the morning, the spider had just disappeared back down the plug hole when her father pushed the door open and discovered his white-faced daughter. "No harm done," he said, looking into the bath. "You'd better go to bed now." Princess Tabitha was too tired to protest. She got into bed and soon went to sleep, but woke up a completely different girl. Good story. Good night, guys.